All right. Welcome, everybody, to week one of Fly Me to the Moon. And this is featuring a trip around the diatonic circle of fourths. And we'll talk about what that means. Now, the first thing, though, that I want to look at with you guys is I want to do a little scale work here, okay? And we're going to be looking at the C major scale, and we're going to be looking at it through a system that I'm working on that I'm currently calling, and maybe other people have come up with this too, but I'm calling it the 5 repeating scale snippets. All right, and what's nice is that these components help you ground your fingers to the fingerboard within reference of a scale, so that when you're moving up and down the fingerboard, you always sort of know where you are. Okay, there are three note snippets, and then there's one 2-note set. Okay, and they always occur ascending and descending in this order. And these are the fingers, okay, you guys. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, and then the 2-note set, okay? And the 2-note set is they're a whole step apart, so it's just one whole step set. So let's start on 4th position here with that means our index finger is on the 4th fret. And so we'll play index on 4, middle on 5, pinky on 7. All right, play that with me. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to say the frets. 4, 4, 5, 7. Okay, actually, let's play 4 on beat 4 here. The reason I organized it this way is because this is the root. Okay, so this is T and this is Do. And then on up the scale. All right, so let's just do those first 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. All right, everybody comfortable playing those 3 notes? Okay, that's our first scale snippet. All right, let's do the next one. The next one is on the same string, same fret. 1, 2, 4. All right. Index first, middle, which I call the 2nd finger sometimes, and the pinky, which is the 4th finger, and then 1st, 2nd, 4th. All right. You just play those at your own speed. Now, when you lay these fingers down, after you play the index, you put the middle down. Don't lift the index, right? And when you play the pinky, don't lift the middle. Just stay economical, okay? And now we'll go up to the next fret. Index, middle, pinky. So those are the first 2 snippets. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. Moving up, we're going to cross over to the next string. We're going to play, and when we cross the equator, right, we cross the middle of the ukulele, the 2 center strings, we have to move up 1 fret to account for the tuning offset. So we're going to move up 1 fret, and now we're in 5th position. This is a micro shift, so don't move your thumb. You can do this without looking. Now we're going to play index, ring, pinky. And then we'll go index, ring, pinky. Now up above here is the 2-note set, right? Because that's the next note set in the sequence, right? That's the next snippet in the sequence. But we're not going to go up there right now. Let's just go back down. Let's go 8. This is pinky, ring, index, pinky, ring, index. Now we shift down 1, and we'll go pinky, middle, index, pinky, middle. That's the root, and then index, and back to the root. Everybody understand the pattern? Without really understanding exactly why we're doing this yet. You may not understand why, but you understand what we're doing and how it hangs together. All right, let's play these as quarter notes, okay? Let's go ahead and start on Do, and we'll just go all the way up and all the way back. As high as we can go in this position, all right? So we're going to go up and back, all right? Let's play this together. Here we go. In fact, let's go ahead and I've got this here. So here we go. All right. 1, 2, 3, starting on the 5, okay? And then the one thing I'll tell you is right here, in order to make everything fit, we're going to go 4, and we're going to jump over and play the 4 right here in order to get back to the 5, just to make it smooth. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, index, middle, pinky, index, middle, pinky, shift, index, ring, pinky. 1, 3, 4, 3, 1, 4, 3, 1, shift, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, shift, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 3, 1, shift, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1. Last line, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 3, 1, 4, 3, 1, shift, 4, 2, 1, and then hop over, and we're back at the top. Did that make sense? Did that feel pretty good? All right, so this is some good scale material. Now our roots are here on the middle finger, on the 2 on the 4th string, and then on the pinky, okay, of the first 1, 3, 4. So the roots in the major scale will always be the second note of the first 1, 2, 4, and the pinky of the first 1, 3, 4. Those will always be wherever we are in this 5-note sequence. That's always where our roots will be. It's okay. Does that make sense? Okay. Let's play it with some background, just so we can have a little bit of. And this won't sound perfect. I don't expect it to, but just to give you guys the harmony. Let's see. Last viewed. Fly me to the moon. And let's listen to this. Can you guys hear that? All right. Let me see. Let me slow this one down. This should be. Let's see what this one sounds like. Nope. I want the other one. All right. This one's 60 beats a minute. Now let's make it 55, and let's do the same thing. We'll start on the 5. Shift, index, ring, pinky, index, ring, pinky, ring. And then hop over. let's take a little break right there. How'd you guys do? It probably might not have been perfect. You did okay? Everybody, so are you by now, hopefully you're starting to get this pattern into your fingers. Remember, this is only 4 of the 5 in the cycle. There's the 2-note set, and then the whole thing starts over. Like, I'll play you the whole thing, and I'll demonstrate this to you. If I'm here, all right, here's the 1, 2, 4, right? Below it will be the 2-note cycle, and that's open and G, right? There's the 2 notes, all right? And it's always going to be, in the key of C, it's always going to be G and A, the 5 and the 6. Okay, so I play the 2-note cycle, and then I go 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, the shift, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4. Now I've completed the cycle, and here's the next 2-note cycle. And then I would go up, and I would go up to another whole step, and there's the next 1, 2, 4. If I kept going up, there'd be another 1, 2, 4, but I've run out of real estate. All right, so I can go 1, 2, 4, and then the 2-note cycle. 1, 3, 4 backwards. 4, 3, 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, and the 2-note. Right? Say I want to play this in a different order. What if I want to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, and I want to shift here and go 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, and there's the 2-note cycle there, right? And I can shift here. I can go here. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. I can't do it here because I can't get low enough. But then I can go shift here. And then there's a 3 right there. And a 1, 2, 4. So I can move through this in any position, whether or not I'm shifting up a position or up or down a string. The pattern still is the same no matter which way I shift. And so it gives me like an understanding. It unlocks the fretboard. Does that kind of make sense? Let's keep playing. I think by playing it, it might become a little bit more logical. Let's just do this exercise one more time. But let's play through it twice. Oh, oops. From the top. Let's play the 4 on beat 4. 3, 4. Switch directions. 1, 2, 4. Now shift. Back down. 4, 3, 1. Shift. Up. Get ready to hop over right here. Okay, repeat again the whole thing. pop over coming. Okay. Let's see. Any questions or thoughts on what we've done so far? Okay. All right. Have you any of you guys seen the scales taught this way before? Has anybody ever seen these 5 snippets under any other name, or you have seen it?
No, but it's so lot. It makes so much sense to get it down in little chunks like that. It's like it's so easy to memorize.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's no more than 3 notes per string. It actually, without shifting, it feels pretty good, and it's, to me, it makes a lot of sense. Jen, where did you see this? Where did you? I would like to find more places where this concept is.
Um. Oh, I'm trying. I can't remember offhand.
Okay.
Oh. Craig and Sarah, they teach this pattern.
Oh, they teach the one.
They teach this Yeah, the pattern. Yeah.
Mm, the sequence and stuff with the 1 2 5 1 2 5 1 3 5 1 4.
Yeah. Or similar.
Mm, okay. Interesting. All right. All right. So let's start. Let's look at the melody of this song. Right. The melody. Let's just make a new track. I'll just duplicate this. Yeah, I'll just duplicate this, and we'll make a melody here. All right. Oops. Okay, so what I want to do is we're going to start. Let's play our index finger on the 5th fret of the E string, and let's walk up with our ring finger and then our 4th. Now hold that. All 3 fingers should be down on the E string. Hold that right there, and that's where we're going to start. That's the 8, 7, 5, right? Going down the scale. And this will be 7. And then we go back up. And this is the ba 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 ba. And we're just going back up the scale until we get to here. And we're going to jump over our target note. Our target note is actually this 7. Because what we're doing is, okay, this is A minor, right? And this is all just part of the scale. Ba, ba, boo, ba, ba. And then we get to D minor is here. All right. Now if we look at this, okay, this note is what note is this? Right here. I'll give you a hint. It's one of the 2 root notes of the scale we've been playing.
C.
C. It is. It's the high root. It's the pinky on the first 1 3 4 set. All right. And C is, what degree is C in the A minor chord? Correct. If A is the root of A minor, then C is the 3rd. That's right. All right. And we walk down to this note. What note is this? I'm sorry, 5. Oops. What note is this?
F.
It's F. And what is the note of F in the D minor chord?
Oh, it's the 3rd.
It's the 3rd, all right? So this is the 3rd of A minor. When the chord changes, we land on the 3rd of D minor. All right. Now, what note is this? 7 on the E string. I'll give you a hint. We know that this note is C. So what is, if 8 is C, then 7 is?
B.
That's right. Okay. Now this chord, the chord that happens that the band is playing here is G7. So what note is B in the chord G7? It's the 3rd. All right. So you might see it. You guys seeing a pattern here, right? The target notes, ba ba boo boo ba. We're gonna go ba 5, right? We're just gonna go right down the scale. 7. All right. So this note here, what's this note? This 4. 4 on the C string is
E.
It's E, and this note. So you can probably guess what chord this is. What chord to what chord is E a third of?
C.
That's right. That's right. So this is the C chord. All right. So let's look at this. So in analyzing this, we're targeting the 3rd for each of these. How many of you guys were in my blues class yesterday?
Yeah, this is pretty cool, and this is very interesting.
Yeah, this is a very interesting song. Now the song is moving around diatonically around the circle of fourths, which we'll talk about later. We'll talk about the harmonic analysis of this, but okay, we're targeting thirds. If you took my blues class yesterday, you remember that in blues you target the thirds, right? We talked about that last month and a little bit this month. So the third is a really, really great note for highlighting what chord you're on, right? It really, the human ear, based on how we've all been raised and what music we've been brought up listening to, it really helps us hear what the chord is, and that just feels really good to us. So that's what the melody is doing, is it's using the thirds to highlight the harmony. Let's play this, okay? Let's play this together. All right, let's see, how fast are we going right now? We're going 50 beats. Let's go a little faster. You guys are... Okay, now remember, we're going to use our same fingering from the five snippet set. All right, so we'll start with our pinky here, and then we'll shift. I know it's not the most efficient to play pinky and middle here, but I want you guys to get more repetition. Okay, so let's see if we can do that all together. So start with your pinky, get set up for success. Here we go. Sorry, let me set up the right tracks. Okay, start over. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do that again. 2, 3, 4. Pinky, middle, index, shift, pinky, middle, pinky, index, pinky, ring. I misspoke. Let's do that one more time. I'm saying the fingers. It's pinky, ring, index, pinky. All right, so now I just want you to take that fingering stuff that we were working on, put that in the background because we're kind of working on a new concept here. We're just thinking about the tones that we're targeting, okay? We're just thinking about the 4 notes, okay? This time, what I'd like you guys to do is just play this, and this, and this, and this. All right, we're going to take out all of the linkage between the 4 target notes, all right? Let's do that. Here we go. Oops, that's the wrong thing. I want to play the Guitar Pro. All right, so here we go. 2, 3, 4. And then we'll play this. And the 7. And the 4. All right, let's play that with, let's get rid of that. Now we're gonna just play it by ourselves, okay? Just the target notes. Don't play the linkage. Here we go. All right, let's do a little bit of rhythmic improvisation on those target notes this time. Let's do it again. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Okay. How are you guys doing? Is this making sense? Okay. Now, we've got our target notes, right? Everybody's comfortable playing those target notes when the chord changes or right around the time that the chord change. You can hit the target note just before or you can hit it right on. But now we're going to add a little hitch to it. Every time we go to the new target note, right before we do, I want you to play the note right before the target note. So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Don't worry about whatever that note is. It just has to be a half step below your target note. All right? You ready? Let's do it. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. How'd you do? Good?
That is very pretty.
Yeah, it is, right? I mean, it's just and it's so simple. And it's spacious, right? All right, this time, let's play it. We'll do what we just did, but let's do it with an echo. All right, so we'll go. Okay? And this can all go into your phrase book, into your personal vocabulary, all right? Here we go. Cool, right? All right. Now let's do another one. This time we're going to try 2 notes below. So we've got to start a little earlier. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. And if you guess wrong, okay, you got to keep going. Like that time, I went 3 below, so I had to go. right? But what we're trying to do is we're trying to hit 2 below. It's actually quite a bit harder than the 1 below. But it'll be cool if we can nail it. Okay? 2, 3. How'd you guys do? There's a lot of shifting. There's a lot of shifting for that, so it's a little tricky. You've got to I've had to move quite a bit. But this is just kind of, and so one thing you notice is that when we maintain the pattern, the rhythmic and positional pattern from target note to target note, that's what you call a motif. That's called motivic development. So you're taking a pattern or kind of even a mathematical formula and applying it to a different space in the melody, either in the scale or in target notes like that. And it's called a motif. And then working with motifs is called motivic development. That's a really important melodic device. And in fact, the melody for Fly Me to the Moon is a motivically, you can hear the motif, right? The motif it's just 5 notes down the scale, right? That's pretty much the whole guts of with a little bit of extra linkage in there. That's the whole melody, and it's very clearly based on a motif, and the motif is 5 notes down the scale from above, just a scalar walk down to each target note. But we can take the motif away, be left with the target notes, and then create our own motifs, which is what we're doing right now. And if we do this, if we practice this enough slowly like this, we can invent these things on the fly. And it's pretty cool. So let's try it. Let's try. It gets a little. We can go. Okay, so let's go back into position. You guys want to try another one? Okay. Here is another one. We'll go. Here's our target note, our first target note, right? Let's try. We'll start 1 note below the target note. We'll play 1 below, and then the target note, and then we'll go 1 above. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. So it's tricky.
Are you doing a whole step below?
No, I'm doing a half step, always a half step below and a scale note above.
A half step below.
Yeah, it's a little tricky. All right, let's see if we can. That one might be a little bit too. That's a little too much, I think. But you can see how you can start blending them and picking and choosing them. And Stephen, you're off mute. Did you have a question?
Oh, I was just going to say it's starting to sound mighty good.
Yeah, it doesn't take long till it starts to sound like music. Okay, now we've got, let's make a ba-boo-da-boo-ba-dee-da-bee-da-boo-da-boo-doo. Let's make the next one. So let's see, the next note is 5. 7. And we're still just going down the scale. And it's really nice the way that whoever wrote this song, and I should know. Da, ba, 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 7. Right? And this is the F chord, right? So what note do we have here? What note am I on right here? What note is this? And
A.
what is its relationship to the F chord?
Third.
Yep, we're still doing the thirds. Okay, and this is the B minor 7, flat 5, right? The B minor 7 flat 5 is the 7th degree. It's a weird chord, but it's still diatonic. It's the 7th degree of C major. All right. And then we jump over, because we're jumping over the next target note like we did here, right? We surrounded the target note. We played one scale note below, one scale note above, and then hit the target note, which is what we have to do when we're ascending in this motif. And then we go up the scale, and then we play one note over. Now, okay, check this out. We're going to go out of the diatonic scale. Okay, right here we're going to play E7, right? E7, and we'll say E7 flat 9. We'll talk more about the flat 9 later. Who everybody knows what an E7 chord is, right? Okay, so the notes of E7, for a 7 chord, you've got the 1, the 3, the 5, and the 7. Oh, that's a C, I'm sorry. Right, that's your sound of your 7 scale. Right. The flat 9 is okay. That's the regular 9. That's like the pretty woman scale. But the flat 9 is this right here. So the flat 9 is of E7 is F. And we don't have to worry about that right now. But what note do you think that the composer used here for E7? What do you think he used for the target note?
G sharp.
Yes, that's right. He used, and why did he use that? Why did he use that note, do you think?
Because it's the third.
It's the third. And it really outlines the change that we're moving outside of the chord. Just listen to this passage right here. I mean, it really highlights, right? So we got you hear that? I mean, it really outlines that. And that's your E7 sound, right? And now the flat 9 is here, by the way. And that really, if you play that flat 9 and the third, it really emphasizes the movement outside of the standard tonality of the song, which is C major, A minor, right? So these chords, so thirds are very, very powerful. And you know, if you are playing a song and you're improvising and you don't know the melody but you know the chords, it's always a safe bet to just say, okay, for this pass through the chord progression during my solo, I'm just going to target the thirds. If you do that, it's going to sound great. You know, if you just say, okay, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm not going to try and target 7s or flat 9s or any of the other notes in this chords. I'm just going to target the thirds only. It'll sound great, and people people will love what you're doing. Whether you're composing or improvising, really. Okay, so we hit the third that's outside of the key. Well, so and now we're just playing chord notes again. 7, and then we're back to normal. We're back to A minor here, and these can be expressed as 7 chords, but we'll just. Okay, and what note is this? I will. It is the third again. All right, so they target the third here. Now here it goes to A7. All right, and this A7, the melody's actually resting here. Right. We go do da dee da. 1, 2, 3. Let's play a 6 here. All right. So the 6. This is C, right? This is the third, but the harmony goes to from an A minor to an A major. So we've got to sharpen the third, right? This is C. This is C sharp. C sharp is the third of A7. All right, so let's duplicate this, and let's just go and let's make this just straight target notes. All right, so this will be whole note, whole note, whole note, whole note. All right. So this is the kind of stuff that people do all the time. This is really normal procedure. It's like when you're devising bass lines, you look at, okay, where are all of my roots? Because I need to know where my roots are for each one of these chords. When you're doing solos, you say, okay, where are my guide tones? And the guy who knows what the guide tones are? If you play piano, you might have heard that term before. It's the third and the seventh. The third and the seventh are considered the guide tones. So you've got the root, you've got the guide tones. The fifth is kind of superfluous a little bit. And melodically, it's considered, like the weakest tone to use as in a target. That's not a hard and fast rule, but All right, so let's go to here. Yeah, although it's used here. Okay, we'll get rid of all of this here for now. And we'll stop on the 7. Now this is the this actually is the root and the fifth of the D minor. So I'm breaking my own rule here. All right, here we go. Let's play all of this. Doing thirds. Another third. And here's half notes. Okay. Do, 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 do. And then we'll just go back into the G7 here and the C here. All right. Oh, that's not what I want. I want these. Okay, now the A7 here is just one for nothing. And then boo ba bow. And we can just, you know what? Let's just do the 6th there. And we'll do this again. Da, 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 so this kind of just harkens to the melody. I think that's kind of cool. And then we'll go here. We'll go a C. Darling, kiss me. So this is what you'd call a tone map, right? Now, or target map. Now we're gonna have a B minor 7 flat 5 and and an E7. So, what are some choices that we could use for our target notes here?
Well, if you're going for the thirds, you'd go for the D.
Okay, D. Yep. Let's try that. And I guess this one, you guys want to use the 3rd one? Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good to me. You guys want to play it that way? All right, let's give it a shot. Okay. Okay, ready? We'll be in our chord position. There we go. Seven. And that's B and E and A. Here's a D. Sharp and C and here we go. How did you guys? How you guys doing? Okay, let's do a practice video of this. Now there are some chords that we covered in the first half of class in the morning today, which I sent out, and you can find those. They look like, what do they look like? They look like this. It wouldn't hurt to learn these chords. All right, I decided not to cover them in class today because I wanted to really focus on this other substance here. All right, so let's do a practice video.